Hi, I'm Steve Spurgeon, and as part of the current subscription package from Crafty Carper magazine, it includes a host of Zig related products from Fox. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through those products and tell you how to get the best out of them. Well, I'm now going to talk you through how to set up the adjustable Zig float using the Halo Zig Kit. Right, starting off, comes with a short boom section which you're going to attach your lead to. Now that slides onto the main line, so that's your first component. From there, you have the float itself. Now there's a little insert in the top, remove that for a moment. Now what you've got to do is slide your main line up through the bead end. Like so, until it appears from the top. Your rubber insert for the top of the float then slides back on. And then you attach your swivel. I'm just going to do this using a standard grinner knot. Let that down. Bunch up nice and tight. Cut away the tag end. That pulls then into the rubber insert. The float then pulls up to that. So that's where you are so far. With your boom on the line and your float now attached. What I now need to do is attach the lead to the end of the boom section. Now this is a 3-ounce lead. The reason for it being that weight is when you're actually adjusting the Zig float, you need a reasonable bit of weight on the end so you don't actually move the float out of position. So your lead's now attached. Hook length wise, you generally fish this with a 3-foot hook length. And all I'm using is a size 10 Curo S2 hooks, which come as part of your package. And what I've attached myself is a piece of red foam. Now you can use foam, cork, pop-ups, as long as it's buoyant, it doesn't matter. But that's my option over for what I'm fishing on the moment. And I'm also using the 12-pound Zig and floater line, which also comes as part of the package. You also get the 9-pound in there as well, so you've got both breaking strains. Now, there's a figure of 8 loop knot on the end. All I need to do is attach that to the ring swivel. You can either tie it direct if you like. I prefer to loop them on. Pass my hook bait through the loop, tighten that down, and there's the kit ready to fish. Now what I'll do is explain to you how it actually works. Right, one of the things I always do before casting these out is just to make sure they're 100% tangled through. I use one of the little riser foam PVA nuggets, which are also included in the package. And all you need to do is flatten one of those down, put it around the bottom or the top bulb of the float like that, squeeze it together, lick it, nick your hook in it. Now that, to cast out, is 100% tangle free. So you know when you've put it out there, you can be confident that it's not all wrapped up around your main line. Right, okay, so let's get it out there. Well, I'm now going to cast out. I've already plumbed the swim, and I know it's 14 foot out there. And what I'm going to do is I want to fish at 11, so I'm going to cast it out. I've already got the rod clipped up, and then I'm going to play the line back off so I'll get to that 11-foot depth of water. Right. So what you need to do is make sure that line's tightened right down first. Otherwise you won't get a true indication. If the line's quite slack, then the float will start coming up on its own. So we need to tighten down to that. Like so. make sure that's on there. Now all I need to do is count off the amount of feet that I need to get to that 11 foot. I know I've got a 3 foot hook length on there, and I know I've got a foot with the boom and the lead boom. So all I need to do is count off 7 feet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go, simple as that. I'm now fishing at the desired depth. Now, at any point, if I want to fish that even closer to the surface, or if I want to bring it back down, it's just simply a case of either playing more line off if I want to bring it closer to the surface, or grabbing the desired amount of line I want to wind or bring back onto the reel and just wind it back on. Simple as that. Well, I've got the rod out now fishing. So what I'm going to do is I've got my spod rod already clipped up, so my spod's already marked to drop in straight over the top of that bait. So I'm going to start getting a little bit of cloud and bait through the water. All right, with the spod out there, I'm going to give it a couple of little tweaks, make sure it empties out properly. Now, all those little bits of different weighted bits of bait will be falling down through the water. My little bit of foam out there and some maggots in the mix. Hopefully, those fish will mistake that for one of those and pick it up, and I'll be away. Well, there you go, the proof of the pudding there with the adjustable Zig. You saw me tie that up a few minutes ago, and it's literally been out there a few minutes. Now, I'm fishing it up, it's about 14, 15 foot, nearly 15 foot out there, and I'm fishing it at about 11 feet. Put a couple of spods over the top of it, and it's gone straight away. One of the advantages with the variable Zig is obviously it makes it a lot easier to land fish because your hook length's only 3 feet long, and with the float you're only looking at less than 4 foot. So you're not trying to play fish from those really long hook lengths with the lead rattling around in the tip ring. There's also more chance of a hook pull as well. This one's certainly put up a good account of himself. It's a nice looking fish. Let's get it in the net. Safely in the net. So there you go. There really is the proof of the pudding. There you go, a lovely little mid-double mirror, caught within a couple of minutes of casting out the Fox adjustable Zig. When you subscribe to Crafty Carper, as part of the deal, you'll get that kit and you'll be able to go and catch some lovely little fish like this. Well, although it's still bright at the moment, there's a lot of clouds starting to build up on the horizon, and forecast is for it to become cloudy. So I think what's going to happen is the fish are going to start to drop in the water, so I'm not going to need to fish quite as high up in the water as I currently am. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing with a standard Zig setup. So basically, if I'm fishing anything less than sort of 10 foot of water, then this would be my option. Now all I've done is just use one of my 3 foot hook lengths, exactly like I'm fishing on the float, remove the float, and I'm now attached that to a quick change swivel with an anti-tangle sleeve, and that's just fished to a standard slick leg clip, which is also included in the package. So there it is, basic static Zig, and that's what I'm going to be putting out shortly. Well, as I thought, the clouds are now coming over, and I've put the shorter Zig out, the static Zig, and that's been out there a couple of minutes, a couple of spods over the top, and it's gone virtually straight away. So the fish obviously have dropped as the sun's dropped, and yeah, we're into fish. There you go, you can see the sort of 3 foot hook length on there. Certainly far enough off the bottom to do the job. Just get her in the net. Just drop that lead down in the net so it doesn't get tangled up outside, cause any damage to the fish. There you go, she's in the bag. But there you go, mid-double mirror, changed to the shorter static zig. Fish have obviously dropped down in the water now, and this is the result.